Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. So I didn't do a what I've used up empties video last month, and I thought I'd better catch up and do 2 months worth. So this is what I've used up not only in July but also in June. Pretty full, well, not really, but a lot of the usual suspects, but also some things I haven't used up before. I shared this on my Instagram because it feels like these Jo Malone body creams go on forever, but I have in fact finished up my Wood Sage and Sea Salt body cream. I want to say about Jo Malone that I've been buying Jo Malone since the 90s, really, when she was still involved in the Jo Malone's London brand herself. In other words, before she sold to Estee Lauder and set up on her own. And the fragrances were really aspirational kind of in the 90s and fairly niche, whereas obviously since the Estee Lauder takeover, they're pretty much more mainstream. I still really like the brand, I have to say. They've retained the kind of minimalist 90s packaging, the cream and black, so it always kind of looks good on your dresser or whatever. And some really interesting fragrance combinations, some of the old favourites from Jo Malone's own time, still there, the lime, basil and mandarin, which is the fragrance I always think of with Jo Malone. Makes one of my favourite grapefruit fragrances. And this one came out, obviously it's nothing to do with her. I'm going to say 2 years ago. There is a perfume. They make a hand wash, a candle, and the body cream. What I want to say about Jo Malone is that over the years, I think the quality of the actual fragrances has deteriorated in the sense they're still really nice smells, as it were, but they just don't last on me. So I go through the bottles, literally spraying every half hour or so to smell the thing. And for quite an expensive fragrance, that's just not on. But the quality of the bath oils, which are expensive but last for ages, and the body creams, ditto, remain really, really good. And so I think they're still worth looking at, and they make really beautiful presents, beautifully packaged. I really love this fragrance. I wish they'd make a bath oil in it. I would definitely buy it up. I probably will repurchase at summertime the cream, but had enough for the time being, especially when there isn't a bath oil to use it with. What else that I haven't talked about before? Frederic Furkai shampoo. I like the shampoos. Again, these are really pricey. I'm not sure whether they're worth it, although I like them. I think I'm a bad person to talk about shampoo because without bragging, I have very easy hair in the sense that I've got a lot of fine hair that, to be honest, shampoos don't make a lot of difference. The only shampoos that I really don't like are kind of organic brands that don't lather up at all, because I like to get a lather. But otherwise, I can't say when I use a really expensive shampoo it makes a huge difference to the texture of my hair or makes it more manageable. My hair is pretty manageable. But, I do like this one, love the smell, nice convenient sized bottle. Not sure I'd buy it again, certainly not in this country. It's cheaper when you buy it in the States. Talked about the Chorus Milk Proteins wipes many times before. They're my favourite wipes. Difficult to get the milk proteins at the moment. I don't know whether they've stopped making them. I thought they had, and then I went into Selfridges Pharmacy, which is where I tend to, or used to buy them, for something else the other week, and lo and behold, they had them again. So they couldn't really give me any information about why they'd come back, but I stocked up again. Face masks. I do think face masks, particularly these sheet masks, do make a bit of a difference to my aging skin. I've had these, I never know whether you call them, I want to call them Ski or SK2, I don't know. facial treatment masks for a while. Again, they were ridiculously expensive. I think 10 for, I don't know, I'm going to say £70 or something, and this is years ago, so ridiculous. They're nice, really, really moisturising. You do have to kind of sit down with them and let them sink in, which is good. Whether they're quite worth the price, I'm not sure. You know, Sephora and various places do sheet masks that, whilst expensive, are a bit more reasonable, but there we go. I'm always quite keen to try the SK2 facial essence that you kind of hear quite good things about. But I haven't. Anyone tried it? Any recommendations? Wouldn't recommend this. I wanted a kind of cheap, fruity bath thing. So I bought the Original Source Mango, 100% natural fragrance. It's actually a shower gel. It's vegan friendly. Just didn't froth up at all. Didn't smell of anything. Cheap as chips, but, you know, wasted money, frankly. Talked about Mitchum's 48-hour Shower Fresh Advanced Control deodorant. It's my one and only these days. Recommend. Say it's my one and only, but I had a travel size Nivea black and white, so that it doesn't leave kind of marks on your clothes. Didn't leave marks on my clothes. Seemed to work okay, but didn't last very long. A couple of sprays and that was it. I've talked about Aromatherapy Associates before. I really rate their bath oils, and I love the Deep Relax to try and wind down at the end of the day and send me off to sleep. This was part of a gift set, I think. They're pricey, but they do last a long time. They make a bit of a mess of your bath, though, so I tend only to use them when my poor old cleaner's coming in. This was a large sample with one of the kind of gift boxes I got with purchase. Tata, is it Tata Harper? Tata Harper, I think American. It doesn't say here where it's made. One of these 100% natural jobbies. People rave about this brand on YouTube and bloggers. I don't know whether it's because they're getting them free or whatever. I wasn't amazingly impressed. I did really love the smell. I should tell you what it is, of course. It's a nourishing oil cleanser. So one of these oil cleansing to remove heavy makeup. So it's called a makeup remover and softening wash. Loved the smell. Loved the feel of it, but it basically didn't cleanse makeup off, to be brutally frank. I would slather it all on and scrub away, and some would come off. But when I then went in for my second cleanse, you know, I wasn't just getting traces, I was getting pretty much a full face of makeup coming off. So, to be honest, I didn't think it did what it said on the bottle, but there we go. I know they're popular, the Tata Harper products, and I haven't tried any others. I think I've got an eye cream that I will try soon. I had a nice little Eau Premier number 5 sample to use up, which I did. I like Eau Premier now better than the classic number 5, but I'm looking forward to the new reformulation. Here's another Aromatherapy Associates. This is the Revive morning one, because I don't have baths in the morning very often unless I'm having a relaxed Sunday start. I tend not to use those up as much, but they're nice. I'm junking this little NARS shadow, which I've had for ages. It isn't used up. It's this really kind of bright aqua blue, but it's still kind of usable, although it's drying a little bit. But what I don't like about the NARS packaging is they kind of get sticky and yucky over time. This is like, ugh, I don't know what it is. And it's, you know, just been in a drawer. It's as if they sort of slightly melt. Weird. Shame. But I'm junking that. And then, again, because I was travelling, I've been using these Chanel samples. Now, interestingly, the Sublimage, that's this gold one here, this was one of the concentrates. Sublimage is their super expensive range with some magic orchid ingredient or whatever. And Hydra Beauty which is the white one. Now, it's not cheap, but it's a much cheaper range than Sublimage. I have to say I prefer the Hydra Beauty. This one is for peau sèche, so dry skin, and yeah, I must make a note of this because I really liked how this felt on the skin, and I did feel it was super moisturising in the little sample that I had, and definitely would look out for it. You've got to like the Chanel fragrance. Oh, there's a little tiny bit left. Yeah, feels really quite substantial and moisturising, and left a kind of protective shield on the skin. So I did really like this, although of course it doesn't have an SPF, which always troubles me, but I do wear sunscreen, certainly in the summer separately. So this Hydra Beauty Nutrition peau sèche dry skin variety. I have had some of the Hydra Beauty in the past, not for dry skin specifically, kind of gel formulations, which I didn't feel were hydrating enough for me. But I really liked this one. Less impressed, surprisingly, with the Sublimage, which is the super expensive one. Didn't really feel that made much of a difference to me. So that is it for 2 months' worth. And I will speak to you again soon. I've got Tom Ford on the way, but keep an eye out for that. Bye for now.